I'm John Hendricks. It's July 6, 2026. Today, a state of emergency. How Brandon is faring as flooding continues to wreak havoc on the region. Also today, it's not the Grinch, but there's another bad actor in town. Why the Santa Claus parade is warning about a scheme targeting their supporters. Plus, no bad blood.
I was bummed because Trav came to all my stuff.
Why Winnipeg Blue Bombers quarterback Zach Collaros had to turn down an invitation from Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift's wedding. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. Marilee is away tonight. The second largest city in Manitoba has declared a state of emergency. In a special meeting on Saturday's evening council, Brandon unanimously voted to make the declaration as a proactive measure for anticipated flood conditions. The city said the peak flow is anticipated around July 12th. The declaration will allow the city to mobilize private partners for flood preparation efforts. The city has now put up a temporary dike closure on Grand Valley Road and 18th Street. Mayor Jeff Fawcett says another closure will take place at its Riverbank Discovery Center, and the city will also lay some clay on top of the dikes. As you can see here, heavy machinery is working to dump dirt on the river shore.
Most of it's going to be in the recreation areas, the soccer fields, the golf course. Like, they are diked, but the numbers have it that they would get inside that 2 feet of freeboard. And so we want to be able to get some of the industry out there to see if we can get that clay down and just make sure that we have the freeboard.
Fawcett says he's not expecting an evacuation like in 2011's flood, as new wastewater systems are in place. Officials are asking residents to stay away from the dike system and be prepared for potential disruptions. Meantime, Manitoba Hydro says crews are actively working to restore outages across affected areas in the southwestern part of the province. Now, as of this afternoon, the Crown Corporation says there are over 1,800 customers without power. That's down from 4,000 last night. However, it expects to see additional outages throughout the coming days as weakened trees and branches come into contact with its equipment. CTV News' Harrison Shin is out in Brandon today, and he'll have the latest updates from the city coming up on CTV News at 6. Meantime, the town of Minnedosa has declared a state of local emergency, with water there expected to peak any day now. On social media, the town says that declaration will be in place until August 4th, with the option to extend. The town had been requesting volunteers to help sandbag, although as of this afternoon, officials were still determining whether or not more help was needed. Sioux Valley, Dakota Nation, west of Brandon, also declared a state of emergency, adding to a growing list of some 4 dozen communities who have done the same. The federal government has answered the province's call for assistance. In a statement, the federal Minister of Emergency Management, Eleanor Olszewski, says their help will include a small team from the Canadian Armed Forces. They'll help with planning, assessment, and coordination for the flood response, as well as logistics and transportation. Her department has also mobilized Team Rubicon Canada for humanitarian relief and is offering assistance in finding equipment such as pumps and recovery kits. Meantime, people who had been stuck in Duck Mountain Provincial Park were given an opportunity to leave Saturday. This drone video shows a slow-rolling convoy of vehicles being escorted out during a 2-hour window on Saturday. Trailers, campers, and boats had to be left behind, with the department saying people will be contacted when it's safe to go back and get them. It says those who chose to stay must be prepared to continue sheltering in place for at least a week. The Santa Claus parade is warning about fraudulent emails bearing their name. The parade director says the email invites businesses to apply as vendors for the 2026 Manitoba Hydro Santa Parade and includes booth prices. But she says the email doesn't come from them. The parade doesn't have a vendor program and is not accepting applications or collecting fees from anyone. Now, anyone receiving the fraudulent email or other suspicious communications for the event event are being asked to forward it to parade staff to document. And they warn not to click on any links or attachments or send payment or personal information. It's always disappointing if you have to miss a friend's wedding because of work commitments, but it stings even more when that friend is Travis Kelce, and he's marrying one of the biggest stars on earth, Taylor Swift. But Zach Caleros had a lighthearted message for the couple.
I told him that. I talked to them the other day. They were taking a walk together. I'm like, you guys could have looked at the damn schedule.
The Winnipeg Blue Bombers quarterback had to skip the New York City nuptials because the Bombers were on the road in Hamilton for Sunday's game against the Tiger Cats. But even his own team had something to say about it, with the Bombers playfully tweeting the headline, "Bombshell, groomsman skips wedding of the century." Caleros shared in the disappointment, explaining why RSVPing no was not something he wanted to do either.
I was bummed because Trav came to all my stuff. We had engagement parties, we had bachelor parties, obviously, and our wedding up here. Yeah, so that makes it tough. But you can speak to any pro football player. Part of this deal is you miss events like that. It just kind of is what it is. It's not a normal job where you can take a couple days off and make up your work kind of on the fly. You got to play a game, right? So that's always been tough, is missing friends' weddings, families' weddings, family events, that kind of stuff. It's never easy, for sure.
Now, as if missing the event wasn't enough already, Caleros added insult to injury. Literally, he suffered an upper body injury during the game, but at least the Bombers came away with a 14-13 victory. CTV's Taylor Brock joins us now with a first look at your Skywatch evening forecast. And Taylor, obviously it is no longer raining here in Winnipeg, but it looks like our friends in Kenora might be dealing with some extreme weather.
Yes, that's right, John. Right now, the town of Kenora is experiencing actually some pretty severe flooding due to a serious downpour a little earlier this afternoon, about a couple of hours ago. Because of that, a lot of streets actually are washed out there. We also saw some wild weather in places like Killarney, where we heard reports of some hail falling there, as well as we got some footage and video actually of Caddy Lake, which is, as folks know, not overly far from Kenora, of some damage to trees in the area and very strong winds. So we'll keep you updated on that one. We did actually see here in Winnipeg, as mentioned, a little bit of rain, but it's looking like the sky will be clearing up overnight. Further north, though, we'll take a very quick look. There is currently a warning for parts of northern Manitoba, particularly northwestern, for an air quality advisory just due to those smoky conditions.
The CTV Live Eye is brought to you by Bath Fitter, your bath and shower experts for more than 40 years.
Right now it's 25 degrees here in downtown Winnipeg. However, feeling more like 30 with that humidity. A few clouds in the sky. Those winds out of the north-northwest gusting as strong as 48 kilometers an hour. That's going to die down overnight. Pressures are rising. Humidity at 56%. We are seeing actually quite a clear drive tonight here in Winnipeg. Actually, not even as much traffic as normal. So if you are heading home about now, it might be a little speedier than usual.
Going to the dogs. We'll tell you where a new dog park is opening up, coming up after the break.
Get Winnipeg's top stories, breaking news alerts, and watch live. Download the CTV News app.
Looking at the markets now, crude oil slipped 14 cents. The loonie fell to 70.33 cents U.S. Gold futures added a little under $42. The TSX lost 62 points. The Dow Jones gained 155, and the Nasdaq was up 288. Nearly a month after heavy rains drenched farmers' fields and sent water cascading into homes, an MLA north of Winnipeg says more needs to be done to prevent flooded fields in the future.
It's trapped here. It went up the road, it got to a culvert, two culverts, and then it came backwards.
Lakeside MLA Trevor King joined farmers and other local leaders in front of a field covered by water in the RM of Rockwood. They say thousands of acres remain underwater from heavy rain last month. They're calling for the province to address agricultural flooding in the Interlake with a focus on preventing future damage.
What we're seeing here is years and years of neglect to drainage systems and infrastructure, a maintenance that needs to be done that could alleviate a lot of these issues.
King says he spoke with the agricultural minister today, and while more details are needed, help is on the way for area farmers. Parts of the RM of Rockwood received more than 250 millimeters of rain during June storm events. Don't throw those cans away. As of this month, the 10-cent deposit and refund on containers now extends beyond beer to alcoholic ciders, coolers, cocktails, seltzers, teas, and sodas. It's 25 cents for aluminum and plastic containers over 2 liters. Manitoba Liquor and Lottery says it doesn't matter where the product was made, and they can be returned to any Manitoba hotel beer vendor. Well, here's something to wag your tail over. South Winnipeg has a new dog park.
2, 3.
Bridgewater Trails Dog Park is now officially open. The fully fenced-off leash area spans 1 hectare and features dedicated spaces for large and small furry friends. And there's plenty of logs, flat rocks, and stumps for good boys and girls to play on.
It's no small task to find the funding to make something like this happen. This park is more than a space for dogs to run free. It's a place for neighbors to meet, friendships to grow, and our community to become even stronger.
New trees were also planted within the park, and it's also been outfitted with signage, waste gravel pathways, benches, and picnic tables. And don't worry, there will be plenty of bins around to help with cleanup. Thousands of federal workers start new in the office schedule today. Under the new schedule, they will be in office 4 days a week, which is up from the 3 days that they had to be in there in the past. Managers have been in office full-time since May. The problem now is space. Some departments are delaying the return until they find enough office space. Those departments include Global Affairs, Statistics Canada, and Immigration, Refugee, and Citizenship Canada. Unions have opposed the back-to-office plan. 2 of them have filed unfair labor practice complaints. Canada's men's national soccer team is back home after a historic run at the FIFA World Cup. Team members say they felt the love from Canadians everywhere.
The country, the support, the love, the liveliness in every city was unbelievable for all of us, and we've been dreaming for times like that.
While it's disappointing the journey is over, Canada's run at the FIFA World Cup was unprecedented for men's soccer in this country. It featured lots of firsts for the country, including our first ever World Cup point, World Cup win, trip to the knockout stages, and our first ever knockout stage win. And now fans and players are already looking ahead to 2030. A superstar has just dropped a surprise new track. We've got those danceable details coming up next in Spotlight.
Have a news tip? When you see news happening, let CTV News Winnipeg know. Text your tips, pictures, and videos to 10400. That's 10400. Message and data rates may apply.
Taylor Brock has your Spotlight today, and Taylor, starting this week, you can explore some trendy local eats and get your steps in at the same time.
That's right, John. Talk about working off your calories. The South Osborne Guided Walking Restaurant Tours is back for its 5th year. So every Wednesday between now and the end of August, you'll get to learn about the area's history and architecture and enjoy a handful of stops at local restaurants, pubs, and bakeries along the way. A cycling tour and spooky Halloween-themed tour are also planned for September and October, respectively. The walking tours take place between between 5:15 and 9:15 p.m. and you'll need to sign up in advance. Just head to southosborne.biz/tours.
Well, it looks like the Minions are once again reigning supreme at the weekend box office.
That's right. I won't do the voice. Minions and Monsters brought in $36.4 million Friday through Sunday and $61.4 million since it opened Wednesday. Believe it or not, it's actually the 7th movie in the Despicable Me franchise, and it successfully knocked Toy Story 5 out of the #1 spot. It was still flying high at $31 million. Now, turning to U.S. war drama, Young Washington is actually storming into third with nearly $21 million in ticket sales.
Taylor, I think a lot of people are disappointed you did not do the Minions voice, but
I've heard enough that my voice is too high, so.
We forgive you, and we'll move on. As Americans celebrated Independence Day over the weekend, Beyonce fans were also able to celebrate the release of a surprise new track.
Yeah, John, the song titled Morning Dew is Beyonce's first new music since the release of 2024's Cowboy Carter. A press release says the single starts a 60-day countdown to the icon's birthday and the 20-year anniversary of her album, B-Day.
I'm sure her fans are very excited.
B-Day for them, too.
Exactly. It looks like a champagne supernova is coming to the small screen.
Disney Plus has released the teaser trailer for a documentary telling the story of last year's sold-out Oasis reunion tour. Don't Look Back in Anger follows Liam and Noel Gallagher as they rehearsed and prepared for their first live performances together in 16 years. The film is billed as an unapologetically uplifting account of the biggest musical event of 2025, with backstage and onstage access and the brothers' first joint interviews in decades. The doc hits theaters in September.
All right, thanks, Taylor.
No problem. Your Monday primetime lineup starts at 7 with Match Game, and American Ninja Warrior comes in next at 8. It's all right here tonight on CTV. Taking a look right now, it's 25 degrees over downtown Winnipeg. This shot of St. Mary's actually showing traffic moving quite smoothly through the area. Although if you are biking, be warned that humidity feels more like 30.
Women's clothing provided by RW & Company. Salon services provided by S&T Spa Salon.
CTV Skywatch weather brought to you by South Beach Casino and Resort. Visit southbeachcasino.ca.
We did get a little bit of rain here in Winnipeg today, but that really was a bit of a, let's say, different story in Ontario. I'm going to move to the side here right away, actually, so you can get a better look at what happened earlier as well as currently going on. So as you can see that right over Kenora, that, well, very angry looking storm system is just pushing its way out of the area. We did see earlier today, just a few hours ago actually, some very heavy downpouring in Kenora. Because of that, actually, the town is experiencing some very washed out and flooded roads. So at the current time, actually, the city is advising people to take extra caution if they have to go out. But we are seeing photos of, well, what used to be roads now looking like rivers. We did actually also see with this particular storm system bringing very, very heavy winds. Those strong winds in places like Caddy Lake actually took down someone's tree. We had a photo of that brought in. And we did see in Kenora with that same system a funnel cloud. Still waiting to confirm with Environment and Climate Change Canada on that one, but that is something that we, well, really got a photo of, and it seems to be doing okay right now. Taking a look across northern Manitoba, there is still that yellow warning for the air quality here in the north, and as mentioned, that storm system Just moving out of Manitoba at the moment and pushing out of Kenora. We're going to watch this system push further out, a little slowly actually, in all honesty, overnight. Further north, though, we will be seeing some rain, including in places like Thompson tonight. Clear actually tonight and for the morning in southern Manitoba. As we can see actually to the south, this system here isn't expected to make its way into Canada. It's staying to our American neighbors throughout the evening tomorrow night, and things remaining quite clear actually throughout the week, not just here in Winnipeg, but much of Manitoba and northwestern Ontario as well. Tonight in Winnipeg, we can expect a clear sky, 14 degrees being the coolest it'll get. Winds gusting up to 50 kilometers an hour. That's going to die down late tonight. Tomorrow, though, we're going to see some increasing cloudiness in the morning. About 24 degrees actually will start us off. And taking a look at our long-range forecast, we are seeing, as mentioned, a lot of sunshine for us. Temperatures are expected to reach a high of 31 on Saturday and 30 on Sunday, with all of that sunshine in store. So some good news, help us dry off a little bit, and we are seeing that sunshine not just here in Winnipeg but across Manitoba as well, as we saw just on the map a moment ago for folks. Taking a look at our Skywatch pick of the day. This first one comes to us just south of Headingley. Some gorgeous canola field blooming for folks. Certainly quite the juxtaposition for you. And we are seeing that looking over in St. James, a photo of this cute caterpillar. It's kind of blending in actually to those leaves there. I'm very, very glad that that is not my home where that caterpillar is. Well, my garden maybe would differ, John.
Skywatch Weather Pick of the Day brought to you by Provivo, Winnipeg's first and only longevity medicine clinic. Redefining health, performance, and aesthetics. Provivo.com.
Here's something that parents can relate to. This is some footage shot in a backyard in Alliston, Ontario, not too far from Barrie. A mother raccoon is seen here helping her kids over a fence. They have to empathize with her because it takes a while to go anywhere with kids, let alone 4 of them. But they managed to make it, so that's not bad at all.
I mean, at least she doesn't have a diaper bag.
Exactly.
That helps.
Now, before we go, absolutely it does. Before we go, a programming note. Our 5 o'clock broadcast tomorrow is preempted for the FIFA World Cup, but tune in here at 6 and 11 for more news.